A blessed day to you, all my sports to the bone family. Back at it again with another video. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope everybody is doing okay. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. I want to say a big shout out to all the viewers and subscribers, Yes, man. Once you're supporting sports to the bone, doesn't matter where you are tuning in from, I want to say a big shout out. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the continued love. Now, we're going to be talking some cricket, lovely cricket. We see where England have already named their playing 11 for the first ODI tomorrow. Gonna be taking a look at their playing 11. Gonna be talking about it a little bit. We're also gonna be going through the scorecard for the game that was played last night. West Indies A versus South Africa A. We lost the game, but we saw some good batting, especially from Paris. Right, he got pretty close to a century, missing out by just 4 runs. So I'll go through that scorecard, and we'll also talk a couple of other things. Just give a listening here and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. All right, my people. So this one right here is my first upload for the day. Very, very late, right? Usually we would have we already would have had a little talk earlier about circumstances. Anyway. So England, they have named their playing 11, and it's a pretty good 11, a nice strong 11. Here on their website, and they say England men have named their 11 to take on West Indies at Edgbaston in the first game of the series. So Harry Brook, as we know, is the captain. So at the top we have Ben Duckett and Jamie Smith, right? Ben Duckett and Jamie Smith. Joe Root, Harry Brook, Joss Butler, Jacob Bethel, Will Jacks, Jamie Overton, Bryden Cars. They have Saki Mahmood, Adil Rashid. This is a nice playing 11. I mean, I remember we got the better of them in December, but this is now in their backyard. So our players will have to go out there and just make sure that they put it down. They have to make sure that they don't leave anything on the field. From a bowling perspective, bowlers have to be clean. They have to make sure that they are not giving away too many bad balls. Batsmen, they need to go out there, get themselves in, and try to make sure that they're actually scoring, rotating the strike. You understand? This is a nice team here. They have guys that are already established. They have a few players that they are still trying to make a mark on the international scene. So I think that it's an opportunity for us to go out there and try and see what we can do. Harry Brook is a young international captain, so we have to try and see if we can put some pressure on him as a captain. You understand? Force him in a corner. The good thing is that he has some experienced players there. You understand? Joe Root is there. Joss Butler is also there. Adil Rashid, all these guys, they have been playing for a little while, so they will definitely be able to back him. That is something that I have always said. If you are naming a young captain, it's always good to have if you are naming a young captain, it's always good to have experienced, established players there. Good if you have former captains, they can help to guide and things like that. So even similar to India, we see where they named a new test captain recently in Shubman Gill. Not to get off topic too much, we're going to come back real quick. But we see where they named Shubman Gill as captain. Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma, they have transitioned out of test cricket. But guess what? They still have the lights off Bumrah there. You understand? KL Rahul has been playing for a little while now. So, it's always good to have established players there to help out. You understand? Even when we look at Raston Chase was just named as our test captain. He will have to lean on the lights of Kemar Roach and Craig Brathwaite. You understand? Coming in as a captain. So that is the playing 11 that England that they have named. Again, Ben Duckett, Jamie Smith, Joe Root, Harry Brook, Joss Butler, Jacob Bethel, Will Jacks, Jamie Overton, Bryden Cars, Saki Mahmood, and Adil Rashid. So we are definitely that's something that I have always wondered. Why is it that England, they like to name their playing 11 a day before. I don't know if it has to do with some, you know, whoever's sponsoring them, you know, being able to discuss the team or whatever. I don't know, but at least Sammy and his players, if they have anything that they think they can counteract, they know the exact 11. They don't have to worry about the squad. They know the exact 11 that they have a day to plan for, right? All right. Next thing, last night the West Indies A team, they were defeated once again. You understand? Another tough outing for the youngsters. South Africa A getting the better of them by 91 runs. You know, South Africa A scoring well, not even 91 runs. They won by 6 wickets. They won by 6 wickets with 91 balls to spare. My bad. Right? So 6 wickets with 91 balls to spare. Now West Indies batting first, scored 253 for 9. We got off to a poor start. You understand? Very, very poor start. When I started watching it, I think it was Paris and Gooley that were at the crease. By then, you know, we had lost Alain for 4, Arthur Nez for a duck, Anderson for 4. You know, so it was good that those guys were able to come together, you know, the likes of Paris and Gooley and Glenn. They were able to come together and put together a nice total for us. Paris, he scored 96 off 111, 10 fours and 2 sixes. You know, narrowly missing out on a century there. 96, very good batting. Jade Gooley was run out, 30 from 52 with 3 fours. Nice solid partnership with Paris. Javier Glenn, he struck up beautiful 52, right? 52 from 49, 4 fours and 3 sixes. You know, some nice shots in the mix there. Savory made 3, Kyrie Pierre 26, right? Sirius made 13. Tyson, he didn't get a chance, right? Tyson didn't bat because of injury. So that is basically how it went for us. You know, not a lot of runs, 253 for 9. Could have been worse based on how we started, but you know, shout out to the guys that chipped in and got some runs. Bowling for South Africa, Sealy, he got 3 for 29. He was the pick of the bowlers. Markey got 2 for 41. So those were the guys that did most of the damage for South Africa. South Africa's batting, they went well. You know, the opener, Moon Sammy, he got 94 from 91. 15 fours and 1 6. Jason Smith, he was left not out on 35. Prior to that, the captain Ackerman got 71 from 45 as they were able to bring up the victory. So 258 for 4, 34.5 overs utilized. Wicket takers for the West Indies A, OJ Shields, 2 for 44 from his 5. I think he was the one that came in for Tyson, if I'm not mistaken. Lane 1 for 39 and Pierre 1 for 46 from 8. So that is how it went for the West Indies A team. So another defeat. Just before we go, I probably should have touched on this when I was talking about the England 11 or the England series. Shimron Hetmyer, I think he's back in the squad. Prior to the series against Ireland, Sammy had indicated that, you know, Hetmyer would be coming in for the England series. So, you know, I haven't seen any update or anything, so I'm just assuming that he's there. So he's in contention for a selection, you know, but let us see how it will go. Big up on yourself.